Minasan, konnichiwa, hello, welcome to stream. We're doing another art stream, yay! I see Fally Double and JSTJ, hello, welcome to stream. Not gonna lie to you guys, I was a little rushed getting in here, so I'm really hoping nothing implodes. I did try to double check everything, but yeah, I was also like setting a couple things up during the like starting soon screen, so if something implodes, you've been warned. Oh, thank you for the hug, Double. But yes, welcome. We actually don't have any art redeems at the moment, so we're just gonna start this art stream straight into the comic that I've been working on. Fractured Shell, it's up on Tumblr, anybody who wants to read it. And let's get some tunes going on. I'm gonna use our usual playlist, so ooh, starting off strong with Majora's Mask. There we go. So, let me know if the music's too loud, too quiet. I will adjust accordingly. Make sure that I get in here. I hope you guys have been having a good day today. Just gonna have some chill vibes here. It's a pretty good day for me. I was a little thrown off this morning because I was not working the bench that I was expecting to work. I don't know if y'all have that where you like have to like mentally prepare yourself for the position that you're working the day, or like just I guess the work day in general. I rotate benches, so where I'm working specifically can change from day to day. And I thought I was going to be working the urine culture bench, and then I ended up being on the blood culture bench instead, so. But it was fine. I didn't have anything too crazy going on the bench. So. Whoop, yep. Hope everybody had a good weekend, too. I did, like, next to nothing on this weekend, so I don't really have a whole lot. I think the most exciting thing I did was bought a couple standees. Well, that was it. Let me start this. I have to zoom that in a little bit more. Oh, yeah. Bug Fables! Ironic when we're drawing Bug Fables. So, right now I'm just doing a sketch layer. The next update is actually pretty close to being done. We're being perfectly honest, because outside of this panel, it's just the page prior to this that I need to add. One panel is missing everything, and then the other panels are just missing backgrounds, and then just the text on that. You're hitting your pick. I need to adjust this. I've had to redraw this panel multiple times because, well, the first time I drew it, it just looked awkward. Well, actually, I take that back. First time I drew it was because I ended up relaying out the last page prior. And then I did it again. It looked weird. Did it again. Pose looked way too dynamic. And it made the rest of the page look weird in hindsight. So now this is whatever attempt this is. it's just, sometimes the things just don't work out as you planned. Also, ew, I just spit on my tablet. 847. Yes, 847. 3 sketch. Alright. I still have one of the sketches where there was my original, or not original, but that was the last sketch, and I'm like, this looks too dynamic for what comes up later, and it just makes the rest of the page look weird, so. So. Trying to get it to look not quite as dynamic, so that just feels weird for me to say. Also, not gonna lie, with this one too, I was trying to have him actually pointing his finger out, but with him only having 3 fingers, it looked like he was flipping people off, and I'm like, I guess we're not gonna do that. I don't know why it looked like so weird, but it did. So I'm like, you know what? Let's not. Let's not have him look like he's flipping the bird. I actually picked up Animal Crossing again the other day. It was was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday because KK wasn't there. I've been once again redesigning my island. I think this is the 3rd time I've tried to redesign it. Just get into those like moods where you're just like, I don't really want to think today, so just kind of like chill and pull out an easy to play game. Because like there are some games that I love playing, like Hollow Knight, but they can be a little intensive. Or games like Bug Famous that require a lot of brain power that I just don't have the capacity for at the moment. And then I'm like, no, we're just gonna do easy games. Do 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 do. Keep meaning to go and fix the delay for the audio. I didn't catch it until it was one of the art streams that I noticed that there's like a couple millisecond delay between what I hear and what you guys hear and like the audio that comes through, so it sounds like I'm very delayed. This song's making me think of Luigi's Mansion. Nice. This song is actually from A Hat in Time. This is the remixed version of the Mafia Town theme that you can get. There's, I think, 8 different songs where you can actually get remixed versions of them by doing the time rifts. And this is a remix of the Welcome to Mafia Town theme. And it's actually different because there's technically 3 versions of this song, because there's the original version, there is the Scootin' Through Mafia Town, and then there's this Welcome to Mafia Town remix. So trying to figure out. Some of these things get really tricky drawing these guys. For the main reason is that they're missing a lot of parts of the body that make it easy to determine what direction they're facing. Thinking, brain's cooking. If I just rotate him a little bit. It's getting serious, guys. Shout out to anybody who got that reference. The name of this song is It's Getting Serious, Team. I think it's this that's... That and the fact that his chin is touching here. Maybe his arm's a little long too. Welcome to the creative process where I just complain about every part of a picture that I've done. free transform because I want to just shorten it. Yeah, that's looking a little better. We're going to... Oh, you know what's also really funny? So, in order to not be spoiled, I had blacklisted Deltarune on my Tumblr account so that I wouldn't accidentally come across spoilers. And now that I finally finished it, I was able to unblock it. Now I got to see all the, all the wonderful Metatena fan art showing up on my page. It's so beautiful. They were meant to be... Alright. Part of it's his hand. Something ain't looking right here. I can't decide. Jack Jab, hello, welcome to stream. Hello, hello. Yes, we are drawing boogs. And I am trying to figure out why this looks weird. I have redrawn this panel so many times and it is bugging me. Puns very much intended. Oh man. Wonder if I have him doing the handout thing. Hope you've been having a good one, Jag Jab. Had a good weekend, had a good day. That TV has Mettaton's personality dialed. Exactly, it's that's why they make such a great ship pair. There are multiple things that I need to fix for stream. I think Art Bugs would be a good name for an experimental avant-garde graph group. That'd be great. Why do you look weird? You should be... Ugh. I just slap him a few times. You think that'll fix it? You want to be with someone that's more extreme version of yourself? I mean, it depends on your personality and your preferences. Some people really like that. Other people may not. Let's see if I... Oops. You would think them having less fingers would make it easier to draw their hands, but not so. This is not the case at all. I think that's about this Mettaton like that. With 100% reference to Art Bear is the same genre. Oh, nice. I actually don't know that band, but sounds interesting. Most music I find is just kind of me stumbling upon music and be like, that sounds cool. I'm gonna add that to my music library. Yeah, I think that's about good. Alrighty. Excuse me, I belched in the middle of that. So we're gonna turn that opacity down. We're gonna go make a new group for the first panel. Make it through. And then I have all the colors for the comic over here to make sure that I'm coloring them consistently. So we're gonna get this, we're gonna make sure, okay. Actually, let's that up a little bit more. I still think about, so, Mettaton likes being the center of attention, so they would like someone that's, would they like someone that's that, but more extreme? I don't know, I mean, like, Mr. Tenna is gonna be the one broadcasting Mettaton's shows, so I feel like you'd want to get on the good side of him. Because also, if you're watching TV, that means you're paying attention to Mr. Tenna. He probably doesn't care what's on the TV, just as long as you're paying attention to the TV. And if Mettaton gives the people something where they want to tune in the TV every single day, then I feel like that would make Mr. Tenna very happy. Yeah, the fact that Mettaton would probably like it that somebody just wants to show him off, you know? Because again, I don't think Mr. Tenna is gonna be hogging the spotlight, so to speak. At least that's my take on it. I'm curious, what do you guys think? You think that Mettaton and Mr. Tenna would make a good duo? Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I miss Breath of the Wild. I need to play that again at some point. Except maybe not do hard mode this time. Less. Breath of the Wild was like the second game we played ever on the channel. And I intentionally made it very hard, because not only did I do the hard mode, but I also turned off the HUD. So it was very hard for me to tell if I was like charged up on my champion abilities or where I was on the map, or it was definitely interesting. I unfortunately had to give up on the DLC portion because Maz Koshia on hard mode is just too difficult. Mostly for the regen. Because basically if you don't hit an enemy right away, they're gonna like immediately start regenerating their health. That's the big thing with bosses, well, enemies in general, but bosses especially in Breath of the Wild hard mode, is that they regenerate their health if you leave them alone for too long. But the thing with Maz Koshia is that there is not a lot of opportunities to hit Maz Koshia, and so it's basically just constantly regaining health, and you're basically just running out of items. But then you can't even, like, if you run out of items, you can't even rely on your champion abilities because, like, you use them, and then by the time that you're waiting for them to regenerate, the boss is regenerating their health, so it doesn't really do anyone any good. Yeah, I just kind of, like, rage quit it. Normally, I do like the Maz Koshia fight. For those of you who are wondering, Maz Koshia is the Sheikah monk from the DLC Ballad of the Champions. So... But yeah, most of the other stuff in the hard mode wasn't too bad. But I also had the Master Sword, so that helped out a lot. Because that was another thing that we were doing for the challenge mode, was we weren't allowed to get any of the Divine Beasts, or start traversing any of the Divine Beasts, until we had the Master Sword. Which is doable, but it can be a little tricky. First of all, for exploring, especially without Revali's Gale. But, sorry, I keep belching in the middle of my talking. Oh, excuse me, sorry. But also that there are some shrine quests that don't appear until after you've dealt with the Divine Beasts. Because, like, in the desert, you can barely traverse the desert when Von Naboris is out and about. So you're very limited on that front. And then, I'm trying to think of what else. Again, just not having Revali's ability is one of the big things that makes it hard. Oh, not this one. Not while I'm drawing Leaf. Why would you pick this song as I'm drawing Leaf? Gosh dang it. I can't. The actual name of this song is called The Ones Who, but I like to call it the Leafs Having an Existential Crisis theme, because that's basically what this song is. I am so sorry, Leaf. I swear this was on shuffle. I swear. Leaf needs a big hug. He does. Hugs in the chat for Leaf. Somebody change it. Oh, Jag Jam, you have a Leaf avatar. Everybody go hug Jag Jam. You'll be our spiritual Leaf stand-in. Doc decided to call me back right as stream started. Oh, man. Yes, hugs for Leaf. Still not over that. Of all the songs I could have played from Bug Fables, had to be this one. You. Right. But yeah, don't you always love it when you get the important phone calls right as you're about to, like, do something else? You're just like, ah. I've been there. Alrighty. I'm really hoping that this hand doesn't look weird, because it only has 3 fingers. Oh, I was wondering when a Hollow Knight song was gonna come up. Just kind of one of the meh songs for me, but still good. I think I've talked about this before, but one of my things that I like doing, especially when I'm like kind of overloaded, is just to listen to a lot of these orchestral or video game soundtrack songs. Because it's just easier for my brain to digest. Because my brain also doesn't like to have just silence. But sometimes it can't handle pop music very well. We're gonna have to fix that thingy. Hands are evil, that's why I have made a resolve to draw hands intentionally weird or just talk. I'm sorry. I saw some Plague Dr. Bugs plushie at the bookstore over the weekend. I thought they were Hollow Knight related plushie because of how much you play it. That's so cute. I'm glad that when you see Plague Doctors, you immediately think of me. I don't know what that says about me, but I'm flattered either way. But actually, I know exactly which ones you're talking about. Company is Huggables, I think. Because they're not. I'm trying to think of Squishmallows. They're not the Squishmallows. Did you take any pictures? No, but I. Hang on, I need to get it because I actually have. I don't have the Plague Doctor ones, but I have different plushies made by the same company. Hang on, I gotta go get him. It's Squishable. If you go to the website for Squishable, you should be able to find them. They have a ton of Plague Doctor plushies on there. But the ones that I have, you'll actually see one of them on my throne page because I swear I don't have an obsession. There are these big moth ones, and I have the Luna Moth, and I have the, sorry, there's a siren going by, it's distracting me. The Rosy Maple Moth and the Luna Moth, and they are like the best hugging pillows for when you're sleeping. Like, I don't know if anybody here is a side sleeper. I am a side sleeper. Long story short, I got pneumonia when I was a kid, and ever since then I have not been able to sleep on my back comfortably. But I always have to have pillows to hug, otherwise my shoulders get all cramped up and weird. And these plushies are like giant pillows, basically. They're 17 inches long, so roughly double that in centimeters, I believe. Somebody will have to do the conversion for me. But, yeah, so I like to cradle myself between the two mothies. I also have their big owl one, but I also collect owl plushies, so I don't know if I can count that one. Squishable is the brand, yeah. There's a monster in Monster Hunter Wilds. That armor set has a Plague Doctor aesthetic, save with some of the weapons. Nice! But I use body pillow because my legs hate me otherwise. I also got pneumonia as we were twinning. Yeah. Osamu, hello, welcome to stream. We're talking about being sick as children and hugging plushies. Yeah, I'll be perfectly honest, I have no idea how I got pneumonia. I just remember waking up one day and going up to my mom, or I don't remember if it was my mom or dad, but I'm like, I'm having trouble breathing. Why does it feel like I can't breathe? And the weirdest part about it was that, like, it didn't hurt. It was just I couldn't breathe was the main thing. So, and yeah, it was getting worse and worse, and then I got a really bad fever. I was out of school for like a week and a half because of it. And Pete just seemed to, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. The redeem is actually normal. Oh my goodness. I think that's the first time during an art stream that a sound redeem actually worked like it was supposed to. I just remember being out of school for like 3.5 weeks. Oof.
Maintain Operation Party. Oh no!
Yay! The sound redeems are actually working! Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. I don't know what I did, but I'm gonna take full credit for that. It's the little victories that you gotta celebrate. But yeah, I wasn't out for that long, but again, I was at least out for a week and a half, and when I did come back to school, I couldn't partake in a lot of gym stuff because, you know, I was still pretty much recovering from that. Of course, me and my brain was like, but I can't let people know that I'm weak. And so I tried to push myself through it, which was a terrible decision. Don't ever do that. But yeah, I did that. Right. Yeah, that's the story of how I got pneumonia when I was a kid. I think 1 week was due to the discovery of my allergy to penicillin. Oh, yep, that's gonna cause an issue. I remember that I was actually on 2 different antibiotics for that because I was already on one antibiotic and then they did an x-ray while I was on it and they saw that it was actually spreading to my other lung, and so they put, I don't remember exactly, but I want to say it was the Bactrim and I know the second thing was the Z-Pack because it was one of those like you only take them 3 days and that's usually the Z-Packs. And I just remember that being so rough on my stomach that I basically just threw up not too long after I took the medicine. Why can I not get hands? Also Undertale, bringing it back. Bringing it back full circle. I've also been seeing a lot of Susie and Noelle artwork, too, on Tumblr. It's great. Why do hands have to be the bane of my existence? I hate drawing hands. It really does look like he's flipping somebody off, and I hate it. Does that not look like he's flipping somebody off? I'm so sorry. I hate drawing hands. I'm just putting it out there. He really does look like he's flipping somebody off. Ooh. I wasn't seeing his middle finger until you called it out. Why did I have to give them only 3 fingers? Also, I wanted to make it a little more stylized. I'm gonna make it pointy. I'm just gonna keep screaming at his hand until it looks the way that I want it to. How's that? Got some No Straight Roads. I love the music from this game. Slaps. Let's take his thumb out for now. Boog. Wee. There's that. Ooh. Osamu will run the battle royale. Congrats, Osamu. Oh my goodness, I can't stop belching. I am so sorry. I didn't have enough time to cook a proper meal, so I ate SpaghettiOs, and I'm just belching them back out. Oh man. Oh my god. Oh, stay hydrated. Zoom out a little bit. Oh, I don't know if anybody noticed, but up in the corner I have like a little zoomed out view. So that way it's like I can see it up close, but then I can also get a view of... Actually, let me pull this down a little bit so it's a bit bigger for you guys. So it helps you get like a little zoomed out view, because sometimes when you're like so like focused in on it, that little red square right there, that's like where my view is in the big box, but I can still see all together. If I hydrate anymore, I'm gonna turn into the ocean. At least you're hydrating. And I hope it's not Pepsi that you're hydrating. Hydrate with water. Also, I get so picky on certain details too, because like, people probably aren't even gonna notice some of the details on the fingers, but I'm always like, this line is like 1 pixel too wide and I can't stand it. My brain's like, I gotta fix it. Nobody's even gonna notice it, but I gotta fix it. I'm trying to be better about that perfectionism, but it doesn't always go away. Because the other thing too is that this is gonna be like 1/5 of the size. But I will know, yes. Also, hello, Ice. Welcome to stream. Boo. 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 Doo. I'm pretty sure the Versus Sayu song is the only song I have on here that has lyrics. Actually, did I put the Doki Doki song in? I don't think I put Doki Doki in here. I only have a couple songs from Doki Doki Literature Club, but... Alright. That looks even worse! Oh my god! No! You know what? Screw it. The hand's coming later. We're gonna do the hand later. I hate what that looks like. Drunk 72 ounces of water. Woo! Congrats. I'm not gonna say what it made me think of. I'm coming back to the hand. We're coming back to that later. I can't look at that hand anymore. This is not gonna be a stream of me just drawing a hand for an hour straight. I don't want that. It's not about that. All right, we're gonna take the sketch layer off for a moment. Let me just say that it looked very inappropriate, which is why I'm getting rid of that hand. The evil hand that ruined everyone's day, exactly. Okay, we're gonna go here, get Leaf's colors. I'm just gonna rename this. Lines that I can keep track of the different layers. Where's my bucket? Ah! Didn't fully close the lines there. Oh, Terrytown. I love Terrytown. Do 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 do. Only drinking so much because my new bed is giving me dry mouth and many other dehydration symptoms. Thus, 45 minutes ago I've been told to discontinue it. Oh, okay. Also, I am the dirty-minded one here. I will just share with you in Discord what I thought it looked like. It was not anything perverted, I will say that. Oops, that's not. Why did you not pick up the right color? Oh, because I didn't select the right color, that's why. That would help. The joints. Don't worry about it, Osamu. It's fine. Don't question it. Oh, I forgot the little circle pattern on his wing. Let me go back and add that. Like here-ish. The way he keeps his wings around him, it's kind of hard to judge where the spot lands. Sometimes, again, it's just really hard to judge. It's just gonna be a teleporting spot. Worry a lot. Don't scare Osamu away. Don't do it. Alright, that. And we're gonna get his wings. And then the antenna. Antenna for Mr. Tenna. I'm gonna keep bringing this conversation back to Mr. Tenna. Oh, man. Alright, there's Leaf Sans hand. We're gonna come back to that later. Alright, multiply, since we are still in the Golden Fields area, Golden Hills, Golden Settlement, whatever titles you want. We're still in the same general area, so we're keeping the same shading and highlight colors. Unfortunately, because of it being orange, it sometimes looks a little weird on Leaf. I've since gotten used to it, but it does every once in a while come back up and I'm like, oh man, this looks hideous. But then once it gets in with the background, it's like, oh, it doesn't look as bad. Does he get Sans eye too? The way Mystery's drawing Leaf hand makes her think of the bird. We were just very much struggling to draw Leaf's hand here, and I just kind of rage quit and said, nope, we're coming back to it later. Because I hate hands. They exist just to mock me. Also, for anybody who's curious, the light source is supposed to be coming from up above them like that, so. Alrighty. So we're in here. Like that. Shading. Hopefully that makes him look more like he's angled. Man doesn't have pecs, so I can't make it look like he's facing a certain direction. Sure, all artists think that way about hands, yes. Indeed. It's the universal experience of the artist. At the very least, whenever I draw a V, I kinda get away with it because you can't really see the details of her hand very well. So sometimes I can get away with hers looking not quite as nice. But everybody else don't really have that luxury. Let's see. They get a little bit away with it because of how dark it is. Here. It's really only when you're looking super close that you could see it, but like there's a stark contrast between the lines and the colors and all that, and Leaf and Kabu, so like, they don't quite get it as easily as V does. I should just draw a little blue flame on him. Maybe that's what I'll upload this to YouTube as, is Leaf Sans Hand. The movie. Okay. There we go. All right. Just trying to make sure that I got everywhere that I wanted to. And a second. What's that? We'll clean up some of the edges here in a little bit. Missing anything? A little bit here. Okay, I think I got all of that. We're gonna do a color burn layer with the same color, but we're gonna airbrush it. Kinda gives it that nice gradient color. Yeah, it looks a little nicer when you finally get the background in with it. So I'm gonna fix this a little bit. Back up color burn. Alright, and then we'll do a screen layer with the highlights. I'll put it like there. Shiny head. I tried and vary the shininess on each of the character, just depending on... I don't know why, but I make Kabu a lot shinier than I do the other two. To be fair, moths are very fuzzy, and honeybees too. So... But I never really clarify what kind of moth species Leaf is. Just a moth species. Alright. We're going to... There we go. It's all cleaned up. Let's see if I have an asset that will look good, kind of like an action-y. Work smarter, not harder, as they say. So a lot of these assets I got from the Clip Studio asset store. A lot of these are free. There's a couple that I've gotten with what's called Clippy, but it's basically just like login credits. So technically still did not pay for it. I just had to make sure that I logged in a couple of times in order to get the credits. Oh, Dirtmouth. I love it. But yeah, I usually go for the free stuff. Something like this. Insert that into a new layer, but we're gonna put it behind him. I'll actually put it in its own separate folder, so that we'll have Leaf's character model here. so that I can just take them away and add them as need be. And then I can also collapse the layers. We're going to put this in here, but we're gonna resize it. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Do this. Why are you deciding that you're not gonna grab that? Okay, and then I gotta remember how to do this. There's a way that I can get this pattern to copy, like in, there we go, tiling is what I want. So that just makes it repeat constantly throughout it. So we're gonna tile that. Oh god, that looks kind of ugly. Was not made for tiling. So instead, let's try. Stop trying to grab the wrong thing. Can I free transform this? Some objects you can free transform and then others you can't, and I don't really understand why you're not allowed to do certain. Oh, there we go. Keep aspect ratio. We're not gonna do that. So do it like that. So that's kind of like that action. Let's go! Kind of pointing out. Because the thing with this page is that they've basically cornered. They found a source of magic that was very powerful. Leaf's been the one, you know, charging the helm because he's the only one that can actually sense the magic. No, these two can't. And so this is like, they finally got him cornered. Let's go! There they are! Stop them! So that's why they go, hey you, stop right there! And gasp! Who is it? Well, you'll have to see. I'm sorry. Alrighty, so we are going to first, we're gonna rasterize the layer. And that basically changes it from a vector layer. So when it's a vector layer, it basically keeps this same nice smooth edge. But when it's a raster layer, if I try to like resize it, it'll keep the weird pixelation look to it. But I can't really edit the image or the asset until I rasterize the layer. So I'll go to the layer property, make sure it's color, because we're actually going to try and keep this like orangish color, kind of do something like we did here with the speed lines, but make it a little more pronounced. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Just trying to get the eyedropper. See, normally I'd do the right click and it does eyedropper. Just not like me. Here we go. I may as well just have it match. Lock transparency. I'm hiccuping now, I'm so sorry. Then we're also going to, before I forget, because I will forget, chop out, whoops. I forgot. I need to, where is it? Connected pixels only. So when you use a select layer, that you can have it so where it selects anything of that color or only pixels in that area with the color. I accidentally had it turned off to do all of it because I was making banners, so forgot about that. Alrighty. Let's go back to snagging these colors. So why not? We're gonna try to do, oops. Where is it? Do not link. Sorry. It keeps doing the ruler thing, which messes up. I don't know why I keep these as raster layers. Alrighty. We want it actually inside. because we're gonna use this. We're gonna do a gradient. This looks really weird without his hand in there. I'm sorry. I'm never getting over this hand thing. I'm just hyperfixated on it now. I am so sorry. Mystery Draws Hands, the movie. That's all this stream is gonna be. I could also just move to the other page that we're missing. And the reason I'm leaving it empty here is so that we can put word bubbles in here because, you know, I don't want to have like a whole bunch of detail and then have it just be covered up by word bubbles. But I also want to make sure that there's enough space to fit the word bubbles so that it's not like sitting on top of his head or his weirdly drawn hand. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll put the word bubble in front of his hand. Then you'll never know what he's doing. I'm sorry. I humor myself sometimes. Oh man. Let's save that real quickly before we get too into it. Oops, I didn't put the layer lock on that. Transparency lock. Could also, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this, but I'm gonna hide the original. And we're actually going to resize the whole thing. To be like that. Yeah. Do it like that. Yes, apply the transformation. Again, normally I'd be worried about this fuzziness, but honestly, we're resizing this to like 20% of what its original file size is, so I'm not super worried. These are really huge files. What is it? I gotta pull up the window to see. I don't know what that pop-up window just came up. It's talking about. There we go. Should move him a little bit further this way. Oh, Makar. I love Makar. He's so cute. And just in case I need it, I'm going to... I don't know why this folder is expanded. Oh, yeah. The best song in Undertale. Fight Me. This is my favorite song in Undertale. Megalovania can shut it. Do 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 do. All right. Background effects. I'll just have a separate layer that just says hand. I'm not over that. I will never be over it. All right, so there's that. It looks. The funny thing is, in the actual game, he doesn't actually have hands with fingers. Imagine if I just did one panel where he didn't have a hand. I'm gonna leave that open. You know what? Screw it. Hand time. We're gonna do this, guys. We're gonna do this. If it takes me an hour, then so be it. Got the power of Undyne behind us. We will do this. Let me zoom out a little bit. Do 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 do. Boo do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. This is going so poorly. We're gonna all sing the I hate hands motto. What if that is? I don't know. We're gonna make it up as we go along. These hands are the bane of my existence. Wish I could just will them into being, so I didn't have to fight with them. And the other difficult thing too is I don't even think I could pull up a reference for it because of the weird way that their hands look. Do 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 do. Give him that waggle finger. All right, take, I don't know, 73. Oh, I need 25. There we go. It's more reasonable. Sorry, I'm like in concentration mode for these hands. Let me just like go back to earlier in the stream and I'm like, I'm not gonna be so perfectionist about things. Just cut to that. And back to here. Thing is, his hand. Also, I need to do this because these are throwing me off. Here we go. So now I can actually see. Alright. I'm gonna get like so into this and then just forget I'm streaming. That I should be talking. Just hyper focused on hand. Should have gone with the more dynamic pose. Honestly, I think that's about as good as I'm gonna get it. So, let's once again not be perfectionist about this, as it kills me inside. Ooh. Shorten it just by a hair. Oh, there's a line over here. Forgot how long this song is. The thing with Hat in Time is that it play well, like a lot of soundtracks do this, not just Hat in Time, but it'll play once for each different variation of the song. So that's why it's kind of repeating a lot, because there's different areas of the windmill and I'll have slightly different themes, so it replays once for each of those themes. So let's move that just a hair up. Like that. Alright. Is that good enough? It's gonna have to be. I'm not losing more of my sanity for this. That's gonna have to do. I am not wrestling with this for more anymore. Let's take the background off because it'll be easier to color this without. So let's get in there just because the joints can be a little hard to see. And joints. Trivia time! Oh, I don't think I added anything for Brilliant Diamond for the quizzes. I need to go do that. Did I do Pikmin? I have to check that too. I don't remember if I did Pikmin for the quizzes. Should be in there. I just don't remember if I actually did do it or not. Hey, Mom's in the chat. Hi, Mom. Everyone say hi to my mom. All right. All right. Okay. Oh, speaking of Zelda, we're going to, nope, not there. Merge down with the colors. So now we're gonna put them here. Save base game for Breath of the Wild. This would have to be my favorite song. Well, yeah, I guess this would be my favorite song. You did a good guess though, Mom. The Zora and the Zonai. So, you're very close. Don't worry, next time I'm over, I can give you a full college type lecture on the history of Hyrule and the lore of The Legend of Zelda. So you'll be prepped for next trivia. Alrighty, where was it? What was I doing? I got distracted. That's not the right layer. Mentioned it before, but I love the fact that this part and Zelda's Lullaby overlap at the same point in the song. Such a cool detail. Gonna get a whole PowerPoint presentation. I don't think you guys understand. I have the whole Hyrule Historia. I have the Zelda Encyclopedia. I have full-on textbooks just for all the Zelda lore. I would sit down, you like, listen up kids, you're learning about the history of Hyrule today. I think I actually pulled out the encyclopedia on the last art stream because we were trying to figure out if Zoras were strictly for fresh water or if they could live in salt water. Yeah, that's what it was. It pays to be a nerd. That is actually a good question. If you guys had to like run a lecture or a panel on anything you chose, what would you pick? Doesn't even have to be like an actual subject or anything. Like, again, if I came in and just said like, all right, I'm gonna teach you all about Legend of Zelda for an hour. Let's do this. All right, let's put that background. That's just a sketch layer. I'm gonna delete that. Do, 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 do. All right, dialogue boxes. We're going to actually like putting the dialogue boxes in a separate area. Just makes it easier for me to just easily go boop, boop. Nope, that wasn't right. Like that, boop, boop. I have a friend who did this thing, so I thought about it. I was stricken with, oh gosh, what are my passions? And I totally didn't have a crisis. Oh man, I actually did for one of my, I don't know if we called it, it's not really a thesis, but it was kind of like our quote unquote final exam paper, like research paper that we did for English composition in college. And you better believe I did a whole 15-page analysis of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Specifically, I was talking about the differences between the English and the Japanese versions and like censorship. So it was more fixated on the censorship and explaining like why certain things were added or taken out. So it was very fun. All right. I loved that English class that I was able to actually do what I wanted to write about, and not, you know, the boring, typical, like, write, you know, this thing is trending in politics, write about it. It's like, I don't want to. I want to write nerdy essays about why Undyne should be in Smash Bros. Instead of Sans. I do think Undyne would make a really cool fighter in Smash Bros. Okay. If you're wondering what I'm doing with these actually let me adjust the curve of the bubbles. So the further I do it, pull it, the deeper the curve goes, and then the curve shifts depending on where I move it. She would have had such a cool moveset. I know, right? I actually did it a long time ago. I actually drew a moveset. But like, imagine her final smash just being, she turns your heart into the green heart and just throws a bunch of spheres down at it. It's quick and snappy like they want in the smash moves, the final smash moves. I was trying to figure out what song this was. This is the White Lady. I'll have to try and find that, if I still have it. Because, like, thematically, I feel like she would also fit very well, because she's a character that's always wanting to throw hands with people, and she'd be so ecstatic to be able to go into Brawl, and just, or not Brawl, I'm sorry, Super Smash Bros, and just throw down with everybody. Petition to get Undyne in the next Smash Bros game. Screw Sans. I know he's got the Gunner me, but I want Undyne. I might actually do the dialogue off camera. These songs, man, they throw me off so much. This one's, I forget what the fancy term for it is, but where it kind of like moves from one ear to the other in your headset, and I'm like trying to figure out, like, whoa, it's like swirling in my head. So panning, is that the term? I didn't know if that was what the actual fancy schmancy term is. I'll use them fancy terms. Here's the page before it, by the way. I only have 2 completed, well, 3, I guess, completed panels. I got Leaf in here, but I didn't put the background in, and then this one's just completely empty. Because what I was thinking of doing was trying to do this, but with like a motion blur, but I'm trying to figure out how I would do that. Oops. Not where I wanted to be. Just on my sub view. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Yes, I did take screen caps from this game. And that's what I've basically been referencing off of. It's just a matter of how to get it to look like it's in motion without it looking weird. You're that kind of person, you can put Sans Meowth on me and you just not put on Sans mask, which is what I did. I can also imagine how salty people were when Gino got reduced to a costume. Poor Mario fans. Where are we at? This is panel 3. Do 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 do. Again, I'm going to do what I did last time, and I'm just going to move all the stuff for Leaf into a subfolder, so that it's just easier for me to find. I haven't played a whole lot of the newer Smash Bros. Games. It's just Smash Bros. I find more enjoyable when you have people playing with you, but also they have to be people that are like around your skill level. Because when you get the people that are like so OP, you know, they just destroy you at everything, and then it just doesn't become fun anymore. Because I've been in those situations too. Gina was a Bee costume in Wii U and 3DS. Was it that long ago? I didn't realize it was that long ago. Also, if you ever get the chance, you should totally watch some of the reaction videos of people with the announcements for certain fighters. It's so fun. Every once in a while when I need a good pick-me-up, that's what I do, is I go on and I look up Smash reactions, and just seeing people get so excited over them makes my day so much brighter. A little too close to his face. I mentioned it before, but I usually try to avoid. It's known as parallel lines, because it just affects the readability of the panel. Which is what I had before when I had it kind of doing like that. It just looks funky, makes it harder to see what's going on. Don't tell me that this is too... Shades are too similar. I have to take that. There we go. Again, it's kind of an experimental part of this, so it seems a little funky. Whoops, that's not the right layer. It's because it is. Oh crap, I forgot. Because of the way I have the frame set up, but there we go. I had to do these frames kind of funky because of the way that the layout is. So I might skip this song, only because I know this is like a 10-minute song. Oh, my boy! Oh. I do love that song in the previous, which just, it's so long. My Rito boy! Y'all know I love him. Oops. Who's y'all's favorite champion? Or Neo champion? I think y'all know what mine is. Revali, my boy. Nobody beats the sassy bird boy. He's only followed up by Bird Daddy. Do 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 do. Ah, scooting through Subcon. How long is this one? Okay, that's... So I know the regular Subcon Forest song is also another, like, 10-minute long song. Oh, I didn't do the other side of it. Eat. go. So what I'm gonna try and do. And keep in mind, I'm just kind of experimenting right now. We're gonna do through BG2 and duplicate height. Actually, we're gonna filter, blur. Oh, can I not? Oh, I needed to copy these merged. Merge selected layers. There we go. So then I can motion blur. Do that, but then we're gonna turn the opacity like way down. Then probably over top of that, we'll do that same motion one that we were doing before. Gotta find it again. Amidst my bajillion effect lines. Here we go. So we're going to insert it. Oh, not above leaf. We want it behind him. Put this back. We're gonna make sure that we can adjust the aspect ratio. Here. And here. Itchy arm. And I'm gonna drink. All right. Debating if I want to like flip it. I have to rasterize. Flip horizontal. Nah, I like it better the other way. We do have to change the layer properties. No, don't apply the transformation to color. Lock the transparency. Color burn, does that look better? And I don't really like how faded it is. Oh, it's even getting worse. Hang on. Okay, and then the other thing that I can do, which is what I also did with V and Kabu, is I duplicated the colors and I did a motion blur on the colors as well. Motion blur. Yes, but we want it behind him, not in front of him. So it kind of gives that illusion of him like rushing off. I don't know why it looks more like a blur. I wonder if it's because he's larger that... We're going to put this behind him. Blur. Motion blur. Try and move the blur a little further out. So you guys can't see the window that's popping up for me, but I have a little slider up here that lets me adjust how far the motion blur goes. don't know. What do you guys think? Do you like that color blur for him in there or nah? What is this song? Oh, that's what the song is. It's the Wind Temple boss. Alrighty. Probably do the same thing here. Just more zoomed in so you don't really see the yellow as much. Whoops, that's that's the wrong layer. Oops. Okay, panel 5. That's not it. Panel 6, there we go. Okay. Again, I could technically put some of these in there, but I feel like that's just gonna make it harder to see what's actually happening. So I'm gonna omit those. Let's move these down just a hair. Alrighty. We're also gonna group these through. Oh yeah, race time, let's go. Okay, we're going to duplicate. We're going to merge selected. Blur, motion blur, but we don't want it to be that pronounced. I think I'm gonna turn that opacity way down. I wonder if I can just copy and paste. Panel is at 3. Here we go. I duplicate this and just whoosh it down here. Will that work? Oh, not in front of Leaf. We need it behind him. Yeah. Again, I got these blank spaces so that we can put the word bubbles in there when the time comes. And we really only have one panel left. I also just realized that I need to fix. Where is it? Panel 6. Cut that out. So just realize that that's like here. Oh, because I'm using the wrong background. That's why. There we go. Fixed. Might get rid of the... I should see what the top panel ends up looking like before I decide if I want to cut out the blare on his antenna. Look at my trio here. They're so cute. Sorry. I had to. All right. Let's collapse all of these so that they're out of the way. Get back to my sketch. I'm trying to decide. This is another panel that when I originally sketched it out, I redid it multiple times because I didn't like how it looked. Man. Thinking. Because it's got to be all three of them, and I was going to do like a little top down, but I don't know if I have the skill set for that. Of them all kind of like darting off like this with like a little box over here that's like in the hills. Oh, my feels. Also, I just realized another error that I gotta go fix. Hang on. Here we go. Fixed it. Giving you all the feels. Thing is, I've never really been good at drawing these guys from the top down. Or just characters in general from the top down. Especially Cabo. Cabo's gonna look really weird with his little jabber horn. Bring it in, guys, is what I think this track is called. I don't think that's that one. Bring It In is the credit one. Oh, this one's Reunited. I think Bring It In is one of the credits songs. So credits has two different songs, which is why I say one of. Undertale has such good music. So let's focus on one of them at a time. We're gonna start with V. She's over on this side, and that's the side that my hand is closest to. This song plays while exploring the underground after the Asriel fight. That is right. That is very right. When you can go back and talk to every single NPC. Actually very fun. If you actually go back to the very first room, you can talk to Asriel. I don't know how many of y'all do that. Make her fist a little smaller. That's such a nice addition to the game, though. I'm so glad that they put it in there. Because it's kind of that, like, it's just so satisfying to be able to be like, see the fruits of your labor, basically. Like, getting to see everybody having their happy ending. I love it when games do that. You get the option to give Azriel your soul. I know, right? Even that, I don't know if Azriel would allow us to do that. But I'm sure they'd appreciate the sentiment. Also speaking, yes, it's very bittersweet. Speaking of Azriel too, there was I just saw a fan comic for Deltarune and somebody drew Azriel coming back from college and I'm like, oh yeah, Azriel would have gone through puberty, wouldn't he have? Because he had like a full-on beard and stuff and I was just like, who is that? And I'm like, oh, that's Azriel. Yeah, he is college-aged, isn't he? So yeah, I'm just so used to picturing him as the little kid that I'm just like, I'm still convinced that Ralsei is a picture of Azriel that Chris has with him. What's this Vangla V? Also, I've been seeing a lot of theories floating around, and I do agree with a lot of them that are going. I saw one where it was a bit like, oh no, he looks like Asgore. I mean, it makes sense. He is the child of Asgore and Toriel, so... But yeah, one of the headcanons that I've seen around that actually makes a lot of sense. You had her some note or letter from... yeah. That's my official headcanons, that Ralsei is... Because that would explain why Ralsei keeps showing up every single time, even though some characters haven't. Like, we know Lancer's shown up in a couple of the pictures, or a couple of chapters, but the latest chapter, Lancer did not show up at all. So, and I mean, honestly, you could think that maybe Lancer was something that Susie was keeping around, not us. But yeah, one of the headcanons that I had seen, or one of the theories I had seen floating around, is that the knight that why am I blanking? The Renegade Knight, I think it's called. The knight character. The theory is that that character is actually December. There's a couple of different reasons why, and I don't know if people actually want me to go into detail or not, but that's one of the big running fan theories right now. My guess is that Chris had another deck of cards at home. Could be. Let's say, trying to remember where exactly we were when Chapter 2 happened. The only thing I'm trying to remember... Chapter 2 is admittedly the most fuzzy for me. But I've only done like one playthrough of it, and Chapters 3 and 4 are very fresh in my mind. Which is why I'm like, where were we when we went into the dark world? The library computer lab, okay. And it would make sense why they have a deck of cards there, I think. I just remembered that Queen is supposed to be a computer, or I guess a laptop, but, you know, same idea. Also, sorry for the mood shift. Just got very intense. This is the Death Wish version of the director boss fight from Hat in Time. It's called Killing Two Birds. I don't know if this looks good. The other thing I might do if this is getting to be a little too funky and I need to like rethink of how I'm gonna sketch these guys out, I could always just move to another page too, because I actually have these sketched out quite a ways. I also like to imagine that Leaf's doing a Naruto run while the other two are running normally. Don't ask me why. I just picture that that's like Leaf's default run pose. Is the Naruto run. Lancer and Rules followed Chris while leaving the closet. Eh? Like followed him as in his pocket? Don't know if that's what that means. Do 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 do. Oh, literally in their pocket. Okay. Like I said, chapter 2 is the fuzziest one for me, so. Do 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 do. This is the Goron race, if anyone's wondering. Why it's like a weird version of the race theme. I guess it looks better when it's zoomed out. Also, this is probably gonna help too if I view it here. Because I thought about making this like chase sequence into 2 pages, but I'm like, that's kind of like needlessly drawing it out. Plus, also, that means I have to draw more backgrounds and I don't want to do that. So we're just gonna do the 1 page. I'm also going to take the lasso tool and I'm gonna move Leaf just a little bit ahead. There we go. Now y'all are gonna be able to think only about Leaf doing a Naruto run. You're welcome. Move Kabu over a little bit. Oh my buddy. Oof. My screen is so small I can barely see who's there. I see doubles there, I don't see who else is there. Oh, it's Enigma. Enigma and Double are duking it out. Who's gonna win? I'm invested now. Let's go. Oh, it always annoys me when they start going in opposite directions. There we go. Come on. Yeah! Looks like Double got it. Woohoo! Sorry, a little detour. Had to go cheer on my little peeps. Oh, man. Do 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 do. Like I need us 20 cherries. I have all the cherries. Hang on a second. Stay hydrated. All right. So let's turn that down. We're gonna make a new group for panel Panle 1. Always fun to have the occasional one. Indeed. Plus bragging rights. I'm just kidding. Yes, bragging rights for the random chance event. Alright, let's go back here. I want 25. Yeah, I should probably do thinner line. Again, I'm just gonna go over here and start with a V, because why not? She's my greedy gremlin, baby, I got to. Right. Go down a little bit. Man, those SpaghettiOs are not agreeing with me. Should have just put together a salad. I don't know why I didn't do it. Ugh. Should have just remembered I was going to go to the store today and buy more melatonin. I don't want to get up. Wah. Oh, that is a mood. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, but I know I'm gonna be miserable if I don't go and get it, so... Because I don't know if this is just like part of my ADHD thing, but it's like, I do cereal for breakfast. Yes, I know it's not good for you, but listen. But man, if I don't have milk with breakfast in the morning, it just ruins my whole day. So usually if I've run out of milk, it's like, I know I need to get out and get it. Because I know if I don't, it's just gonna be awful the next morning. Sometimes I can get away with just not having to go out if, like, I have the day off of work the next day. But it's very rarely the case for me, so to the store I go. Thankfully, I just went this weekend, so I got a bunch of milk. So I don't have to worry about it for a while. Boo-dee-doo-doo-doo-doo. I know I bring it up every single time, but man, if you guys are stressed, you should go look up this song or just any of the town songs in Breath of the Wild with the rain in the background. They have one that's like it's a compilation of a bunch of the different towns, but it's like an hour long for each of them, and it's just the nighttime themes with the rain in the back, and it's so soothing. Revenge of the Hands? Is this Revenge of the Hands? Might be Revenge of the Hands, guys. Again, with V, I can get away with it a little bit because it's going to be harder to see with her. A little derpy looking. The hands will torment any and all artists. Exactly. They will never go away. It's also partly why I didn't give them actual feet in this, because I'm like, I already have to deal with hands. Don't make me deal with feet, too. I just gave them the little nubbins for feet. Though it has made some of the fight scenes a little hard to choreograph without the motion getting muddied. Alright. Alright, so that's V. V lines. Alrighty. Do 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 do. My hands are starting to cramp up. Hang on, do some hand stretches. Yeah, we may not be able to make it to the full 3-hour mark, unfortunately. But we did make good progress, at least in my opinion. We conquered at least one hand. So... No, Excuse me. Malin sings this at night at adult segments of Ocarina of Time before Tailing gets the ranch back. When spoken of, asks if you don't tell Ingo. Indeed, indeed. That's how you learn a Pona song. Hey, more Hollow Knight. Man, my thumb is cramping up really badly. Sorry, guys. I'm taking a second to massage my fingies. This is an important thing with drawing, or just anything that's using your hands a lot, is to make sure that you're stretching your hands out so they don't start cramping up. They can even go for video games because, you know, you're clutching the controller a bunch. I'm gonna come back to Kabu, actually. Get rid of the sketch for just a little bit. Oh, I forgot leaf size. All right. Also put like alrighty. Now let's. Hoping that looks okay. Probably looks a little weird, but probably shrink V down just a teeny little bit. And move her like here. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Alright, since we're already here by Leaf's colors. Boop. I don't think any of his joints are visible right now. Boop, 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 boop. Eyes. Wings. And antenna. Colors. We'll do that. We're gonna group these. Leaf. V's color is here. She's up towards the top. Boom, boom. Oh, Lava Cake Peak. And her wings. Black. Now you see why I was saying, like, oh, it's not quite as bad on V. So yeah, you can, like, barely see. Joints. Get that wrong. Come on. Get in there. There we go. Probably just be easier with a brush. There we go. Yeah, this is why I was saying, like, I try not to be too picky, because, like, you got these little spots here. But when you're zoomed out here, you can't see it, so I'm not gonna try to be too picky about stuff like that. Alrighty. I might just do, like, shading and highlight on these two, and then maybe call stream a little early. Oh, hi, just AJ. Scared myself, but everything's alright. Are you okay? Make sure to take care of yourself. So. But yes, we are. I don't know at what point you left, but we're on page 19. We were previously on page 20. Yes, I do these out of order. Don't at me. This is part of how my brain functions, okay? My brain just likes to do things out of order. So, V colors. Oh, installing module on the PC, so it was a little scary. Oh yeah, I can imagine. Hopefully the rest of that goes smoothly. I don't know if you're still in the process of it or not, but regardless, whatever situation you're currently in, I hope it's going well. Okay, turn the opacity down on that. And trying to keep in mind that the light is coming from above them. The light source has not changed, it's just the camera angle has changed. So because of the angle, we probably won't see a whole lot of shadows. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot. Color burn. Get that to be a lot smaller. Ooh, excuse me. Went to read and swallowed some spit. TPM shenanigans, aka got my PC ready to install Windows 11 with a shiny $25 thingamabob. Oh man. Hopefully it doesn't like screw up with your computer. I know when I upgraded to, I'm pretty sure I'm on Windows 11, but it like messed up a bunch of my stuff for streaming, and that was a whole ordeal and a half of trying to figure out what happened and how to get it back to where it was supposed to be. So hopefully that doesn't happen to you. Alright, screen. There we go. So we'll have... Okay, keeping in mind that the light source is above them. Alright. Alright, with that out of the way, we're going to do Leaf. I also didn't put V into our own group. We fix that really quickly. V. V. So now whenever I grab their folders, I can just move the whole thing around. Whee! There's a V on your screen. I'm sorry. Don't be surprised if I fiddle with it for like a week. Oh man, hopefully you don't have to, but... Hey, more Bug Fables music. Let's get into Leaf. Again. Oops. Multiply. For this. Alright. Leaf face plant. No, this is just supposed to be like a top-down view of them running through the area. I just don't have the background drawn. There's Kabu. I just kind of... His horn is gonna look weird, and I'm just like, let's not. Let's try to do that. We're off on my own. I don't have to embarrass myself trying to figure out how to draw him properly. Alrighty. Running is just falling forward with style. I love that. Also, what is happening with his antenna over here? Leaf, what are you doing? Stop this. I don't know what you decided to do with your antenna, but it needs to stop. There we go. There we go. Back to this. No visible limbs, it's hard to tell that when looking just at Leaf. Yeah. As I said, I'm picturing him Naruto running. For all of you who know what I'm talking about. With the arms back and everything. Yeah, I don't know, just kind of like this headcanon that, like, Leaf kind of, like, drags his body, I guess, in a way. I don't know how to explain that. I don't want to go too much into detail because it's kind of spoilers for the game. But I just imagine he wouldn't run the same way. The Shinobi way, exactly. Oh my gosh, smeared something on my glasses. Hang on. Rack out to some Gerudo Valley while I clean my glasses. Otherwise I won't be able to read the chat. It's so annoying because it's like if I even barely touch my glasses, it's like a big old grease mark that I gotta try and rub off. Alright, so this is just gonna be there. Is that good enough? Oh, that's gonna drive me up the wall. Sorry, guys. Glass cleaning break. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying. Because of backstory reasons, there's several different things that I imagine Leaf doing behaviorally that's different from the other two, such as the half-lidded look. It really only going like full eyelids open whenever it's like shock. Like I said, him kind of running with his arms dragging behind him is another thing. Alright, let's do... No, not multiply, I want color burn. And we're gonna get spray. So I could, like, maybe put a little bit of his leg poking out there, but I don't know how weird it will look. I know y'all can see it here, but here's also the page zoomed out at the moment. But then they're supposed to be running through the Golden Lands. Needing glasses is so annoying, especially with a need is similar to be where you nearsighted to an absolutely extreme degree. Anything further than 3 or 4 inches from eyes is just a blurry blob. See, I don't have terrible eyesight. It's actually a really low prescription, but it's still enough to be noticeable because, like, I don't have a dual monitor setup, so the chat I'm literally watching on my phone, and if I didn't have my glasses, I'd be like old lady just squinting at the screen like, what does that say? What am I reading? But yeah. Like, it's not, I could function without it, but it's definitely noticeable when I don't have them on. Oh, talk about songs that make me sleepy. Fun fact, this is actually my alarm for the morning. So anytime I hear this song, I'm just thinking about waking up in the morning. Okay, where was I? Okay, I need to put the... Where is it? Where is it? Screen. We're still in the airbrush. All right. Then what we're going to do, you can't see it now because of the white background, but I gotta cut out the overflow from the other characters. Otherwise, once I put the background in, it's gonna look really weird. Oh man, how am I gonna do Kabu? Oh, the crossroads. That really did make me sleepy hearing that song. It's so wild to me that my brain just associates Mipha's theme with sleep. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna at least try to start the line art for Kabu, but we might be ending here shortly just because of my hand cramping up. And get the lines back in here. You read pretty small things, it's just a matter of it's close enough to my face that it's not a blurry blob. Ah, I see, I see. Maybe it's better to... I don't want to skip this song. I'm gonna skip this song. Yay! I was hoping this song would come up. I swear I didn't actually press that. It just came up on its own. I was like, man, I hope we get to hear Hornet's theme at least once before stream ends. Silk Song, y'all ready? I'm very ready. The theory is that it's going to be coming out sometime around the holidays. No confirmation of that, it's just kind of the running theory. Well, I do know that there was a convention that, I don't remember the name of it, but it's coming up here pretty soon and there will actually be a playable demo at said convention. along with a couple other indie games, but that's like one of the big ones. Hornet, yes, Hornet, my girl. I love her. Because what do we love more than a doomed mother-daughter relationship? Alright, this is gonna co-op is gonna be really weird to try and do. I would so love to go hear this live in concert. Just the whole Hollow Knight soundtrack. They had a concert in China and I'm very sad that I couldn't go. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to go anyway because I don't live in China, but man, if they had one in the States, I would love to go see it. Say last year, Valley took me to my very first Vocaloid concert in person. It was very fun. Nothing screams community like waving your glow sticks at the random person dressed as Elmo in the theater. A spider-like character was named after an airborne stinging insect that's evil incarnate. There actually was cut dialogue to explain why Hornet has the name Hornet. I don't know that I fully sign on to it, but concerts are so great. Went to my first-ish view this year. Oh, nice. But yeah, the headcanon is supposed to be that Hornet was actually raised, even though she was born to the spiders, she was raised by the Hive. So, and that Queen Vespa is actually who named her Hornet, not Hera or the Pale King. Again, it was something that was cut from the dialogue, but it is something that floats around that people have stated, and that's why she has the name Hornet. Alright, oh man. I know I say this every time too, but please go listen to Rosen's cover of the songs from Majora's Mask. So good. Speaking of live orchestra concerts. Maybe cut dialogue, but it might be still be the reasoning for her name. It could be. To be honest, I know it's not exactly what you were saying, but this is just kind of a me thing that I like. I love it when games like give you just enough of the story that you can piece it together, but leave out enough that you can kind of imagine your own headcanons and stuff as to like, what was this like or what was that like? Because like one of the things that I've been hearing a lot of people say, they're like, oh, I want to hear more backstory on Hornet. And like, I'm just kind of here like, I honestly don't want to hear more story, but it's because like, I like the idea of being able to imagine on your own what her upbringing was like. So it's like, I don't really want that part of the community's imagination to get lost, you know? Because now we've got like canonical because of Silk Song that it did this, because I heard the same people doing that for saying that Tears of the Kingdom they were hoping would give more backstory on the champions. We kind of got the exact opposite of that, where the champions are like never mentioned, but it was kind of like, Or maybe it was Hyrule Warriors. But either way, it was one of those ones where it was like, I really hope they don't give more backstory, because I just like imagining my own theories as to what happened. Because, like, going back a little bit to Hollow Knight, my personal headcanon for why Hornet is named Hornet is that Hera was friends with Vespa, and that it was kind of supposed to be, like, in her honor. Yeah, we're shopping in Hyrule. Yeah. That's my personal idea. It kind of blends that in. But the reason I just find it weird that it's like that Hornet wouldn't have a name for so long. I don't know why, but that's the main reason I don't really fully subscribe to the Vespa's the one that named her. Is mostly for that. It's like, I can't believe that Hornet would go into her presumable adulthood never having a name. I don't know. That's why I was like, I think I like it better where it's just like the name was in her honor. But again, it's just a personal headcanon, so. God, hands. Always be there just to mock me. Alright. Do 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 do. I'm sorry. The fact that we got a Sonic Forces trivia question and a Sonic Forces song came up. The timing of that. We visit web art. This is all a shining. You give it all, you lose it all. No surrendering, we will carry on. We're fighting to win back our world. I don't know if I quite like the wings like that. It's technically a shell, not his wings, but it's the shell for his wings. I don't know. Wings. He's a beetle. Which, in case you were curious, he is actually a rainbow scarab beetle. And a lot of the characters actually have specific species they're based off of. Okabu is the rainbow scarab beetle, and V is just a honeybee. Like I said, Leaf is the one that doesn't really have a defined species. So he's kind of the exception to the rule. I also, speaking of headcanons and stuff, there is like one sprite where you see Leaf in his original colors. Spoilers, I should preface this, but I find that hard to believe. This man woke up from a coma and didn't once look at himself and go, OMG, I'm blue now. Like, Like, never once does he ever comment on the fact that his shell and his wings changed color. Which is why I don't fully buy the fact that he's just really chilly. Exactly. So I don't fully buy into the idea that, because the one sprite actually has him red. Yeah, I think that sprite might have went unused for a reason. Yeah, it said somewhere in the art book that that sprite, there was one sprite of that color left in game. But yeah, a lot of people say that's his original color, and I'm like, I can't believe that this man didn't like ever once notice that his body's changed color. I'm pretty sure if I woke up tomorrow and my skin was blue, I'd be like, holy crap, my skin! Or my feathers, I guess. My feathers suddenly turned blue and be like, oh no! You know? That's just me, though. Maybe I'm the weird one. Okay, just kind of... I don't really think I'm gonna be able to fit Prabhu's actual eyes in here, but we will see. Ow, just hit my elbow. That hurt. Maybe an effect of being dead and carried by magic fungus is that you don't notice such things. You forgot what color he was. It's hard to believe that. Yeah, that's, like I said, that's the main thing. I was like, I don't buy into that. Alright. Carry on fighting. Oops. Kabu lines. And Kabu. Alright. See, I'm trying to remember offhand too what the other characters are specifically. I know that Mothiva is supposed to be a Chinese silk moth. There's that. Everybody's favorite character from that game. I do know that Stratos is supposed to be a Hercules beetle as well. Which I'm sure people are like, who? It's an NPC character that we see a lot of, but don't interact much with. Okay, let me get the joints in here first, because they're going to be hard to reach. Now, if you asked me my favorite Breath of the Wild song altogether, this would be that. Technically the Shrine theme, but this is actually the final trial from the DLC of the Champion's Ballad. So it's slightly different, but it's the same base theme, and you'll hear it as it gets more layered in. But like, if I were to include the DLC in with the Breath of the Wild music, this would probably win over the castle theme. Barely, but... Okay, I'm gonna need to use my pen to fill in some of these spots. Oh. Alrighty. I wonder if I can get really in there and just try to... see how that looks. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks better than not having eyes in there. So... Yeah, this is one thing that I absolutely love it when games too is when you are progressing and the music starts layering on more and more as you progress. So like subconsciously tells the player that yes, you're getting closer and closer to the end. Because they do that for like all of the dungeons. They do it in Tears of the Kingdom as well, where they layer on the more stuff you get done. There's a little bit of it in Hollow Knight too that I really love when you're doing the fighting the Hollow Knight. Alright. Going to... Oops, not Color Burn. We want Multiply first, then Color Burn. Heard a theory that Twinrova makes the Ganondorf with a spell, but I was only able to do so every 100 years. Interesting theory. Say, I could really only think of Twinrova summoning Ganon. Like, actually hands-on summoning Ganon in one, I guess technically 2 games. If you do Oracle of Seasons and Ages, you have to do both of them, and like use the code to link them. But that's the only time that I can actually think of Twinrova like directly summoning Ganon. In Ocarina of Time, I'm pretty sure they were just servants to him, but I don't think they actually like partook in the resurrecting him. Escape to the store before they close. Have a good art, Bugs. Bye, have a good one. We'll probably be done by the time you get back, so have a great rest of your evening. But yeah, unless there's a game that I'm forgetting about, because like they're also in Majora's Mask, but they're more just side characters in that. They don't really have a significant role, really. At least as villains, they don't have a significant role. That's another game I haven't played on stream yet. We should do that at some point. It's Oracle of Seasons and Ages. I think with the... I think they have it in the new Nintendo... The Nintendo Online thing. Thingy-mabobby. My brain can't words right now, but I think you all know what I mean. Alright. So weird to not put a whole lot of shading on. My brain is like, I must shade. Color burn. I need the airbrush. Alright. Okay, make sure. I can remember if I turn the opacity down on that. Hey, speaking of Twinrova, man, my music library is just like, I got you. I swear to you, I did not pick that song. This is on shuffle. Oh no, I gotta turn that melody way down. Going to add glow this time. DNA. Because technically, I mentioned that Kabu is a rainbow scarab beetle, and if you've ever seen them, they are very iridescent. So, even though I don't really want to make him iridescent because, you know, that would start to not look like Kabu, at least make him shiny so that you can see, like, oh yeah, he He's a shiny beetle. Shiny boy. It's trying to find the good balance of not overdoing it. Alrighty. I hate doing highlights. There's a lot of stuff that I just don't like doing. A lot of me complaining. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if I like that. Just taking a moment to look at it. Do think that screen layer's still a little strong. That's not what I meant to do. Where's... blend it a little bit. All right. So relatively speaking, we're almost done. It's just the background here. I'm missing the word bubbles on this whole page. And then the word bubbles I'll actually fill out on this one. And then the next update is pretty much ready. Ready and raring to go. It'll just need to be proofread. So, yay! Very excited for that. So, hope you guys are excited for that too. But I think this might be a good place to end stream for tonight. They create Gandalf during the events of the game, and that's how he's born and why Twinrova is referred to as the surrogate mother. Okay. I think I follow, but I'm not 100% sure. But very interesting ideas. But yeah, I think we're gonna call stream here. Just a reminder for everybody that there will not be streams next week. I have to do some dog sitting, so I won't be available for that week as a result. So just keep that in mind, but do I have that right? It's the next one? Yeah, it's this next week. So I'm just making sure that I have things right in my brain. I hope I have it right in my brain. But yes. So when we do get back to streaming, it'll still be the same times, Mondays and Wednesdays. Monday, we will be doing Ocarina of Time randomized, so I hope y'all are looking forward to that. And then Wednesday is still our Pokemon series. I believe we're getting pretty close to the end. We have one gym leader and then the Elite Four, which I hope I can actually get through the Elite Four without a bunch of grinding, but we'll see. Yeah. I don't think there are any other announcements at the time. It's been a while since I watched the video that explained the theory. I might be misremembering some bits. That's fair. I've watched so much that I'm sure that I've misremembered a lot of stuff too. So, but yeah, I think we'll end stream here. Thanks again for joining. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Matane!